So Bleach for Both of Souls is one of the best Bleach games I've ever played. It is definitely riding the hype of the Thousand Year Blood War, which is great. But I couldn't help but notice they were missing one main fighting character, and that is Orihime. So I wanted to talk about how I think that she can be kind of incorporated into the game. I know there's been talks saying that she doesn't really fit into this game, but I beg to differ. And I just wanted to talk about, some of the general things, like, what her gimmick could be, her SP moves, signature move, and maybe even her keycon moves, right? So let's get into it. So first and foremost, her gimmick. And before talking about her gimmick, we kind of got to talk about her stats. Now, bear with me, but I technically think that she should only have 5 Kompaku, which I know sounds terrible. The only other character who has that is Zalaporo, and he can actually, do Resurrection. But for her, flat 5, and it doesn't sound good, but we'll kind of talk about the gimmicks that kind of help her with that. But the reason is because it'll kind of help her to, not really help her, but like kind of signify that she's the weakest character in the series, technically speaking. And so it just kind of goes with that. But to talk about her gimmick, she will have the ability to heal Kompaku if she loses some, right? So, for example, the way this could go is that each time she lands a keycon move on an enemy, she will gain 2 of her Kompaku back if she lost some, right? And I think it's something that maybe she could do like 3 times in a battle, right? So basically, instead of just having 5, depending on how you play her, she can actually have access to 11 Kompaku, which actually is a lot better, technically speaking. Now, again, I do want to point out that her max is 5, so she can't add to that. This effect only would happen if she lost some of her Kompaku. Like, she's not 5, she got hit with a keycon move and now she's like 3 or something like that, right? Now, for her moves, her signature move could be Santen Kessun, which is her triangle shield, right? Her SP1 could be her Koten Zanzun, in which she uses Tsubaki for the energy blast that she does. And then her SP2 could be Soten Kishun, which is essentially her healing ability, right? So I'll kind of break down a little bit how these moves could incorporate into the game. So let's start with her signature move. So Santen Kessun, again, is a shield. Since it's a signature move, it won't take any spiritual pressure to do. And it's really just a shield as it is that can defend against, let's say, far ranged attacks. But if someone is hitting her with a close range attack or a combo, it can also work as a counter move, in which case she can push the shield forward into them and it could do damage. She can do this without spending spiritual pressure, but she has to kind of time it right because there's maybe like a little bit of end lag. Now for her SP1, Koten Shanshun, this will be her energy blast. Standard blast like other characters in the game has, decent range. I think she should be able to combo into it, like most characters. She can start a combo and then go right into her SP1. And, just a normal pushback, maybe an awakening if they want to, give it a crumple state, fine, that's fair, right? Now for her SP2, that will be, again, Soten Kishun, her healing. Now, similar idea to Ukiura, who also has an SP2 that's healing, but the difference with hers is that hers will be an automatic instant heal of about like 15 or 20% of her health, right? So unlike Ukiura's, who it's a gradual heal that can be interrupted if the enemy hits him. So for example, and similar will be like kind of comboed. So she can essentially start a combo, do her SP2, which will heal her health instantly, and then she can continue the combo after she does that SP2. So actually a little bit more broken than Ukiura's, but same concept, healing move. And these are kind of good things that she would need as a character who only is going to have a max of 5 Kompaku, right? Now for her keycon moves, I think she should only have 2 because she doesn't really have any awakening chains. For her first keycon move, it could be like a large a Santen Kassun shield. You know, we know that she can make the shields bigger in the later episodes, and she can just push it or slam it into the opponent. And then for her for her Keycon 2, it could be like maybe a bigger energy blast of Koten Zanshun, or something that she did in Bleach Shattered Blade, where she had all of the different pieces, or all the different pixies attacking at the same time. But yeah, that's basically the gist. Let me know what you think. I think that she would be a great addition to the game. I don't think that they're adding anything more to the game. I can't tell, but it'll be a nice addition if they did. If Storm Nation is watching this, or Globcool is watching this, or anyone who played Bleach pretty heavy, let me know what you think. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Are you still playing Bleach Rebirth of Souls? But either way, thanks. Bye.